Natural Vice is a 2018 action drama that, well, it's hard to find people talking about. It's an indie film, the official trailer only has 6K views, no one's written a proper plot summary, and a few streaming services are offering it for free. But I watched it, and I want to talk about it. We'll start with the less important bits first. So, regarding presentation, Natural Vice does have style. There are a lot of stark neon reds, oranges, and blues, suave electronic music, some goofy pseudo-futuristic UI, and all of the characters are styled distinctively. But on the other hand, nobody ever reacts to being shot in a particularly believable way, and the music can be overbearing in some dialogue scenes. There's also at least 2 instances of a song with lyrics, but they appear to be original compositions, and there's obviously no soundtrack release for me to properly analyze, so that's always going to haunt me. One of them even sounded like a pretty fun satire of club music. Anyway, the narrative. Natural Vice is not particularly about good guys. The story starts proper when Adam, our main character, gets a notification that his illegal psychedelic drug, called MDX, isn't making as much money as it should be, because his distributor, Kai Shin, is double dealing. How does Adam know this? Adam puts nanobots in the MDX to track who consumes them. Absolutely wild. That does not at all seem cost-effective to me, but you do you, Natural Vice. Adam goes to end his business relationship with Kai Shin, but things go south, one of Adam's crew ends up dead, and so does Kai Shin. Kai Shin's brother senses said death with, the Force, and now Adam has a whole gang after him. Basically, Adam's in big international trouble, a very bloody war ensues, and all his friends are gonna die, some of them via decapitation. You wouldn't think a protagonist like Adam's got much to relate with, but he's clearly human underneath his awful, murderous shell. He has some beautifully cheesy romance scenes I couldn't get enough of, wherein he falls for photographer gal named Haley, and they share innocent, childish banter and sweet smiles. And sex. There's consensual sex in there, too. Of course, Adam's still a monster who savagely beats a guy for saying mean things about his girlfriend, and his insistence on hiding his criminal life from his girlfriend turns tragic when she winds up getting kidnapped, beaten, and really just everything goes horribly wrong. The loving, gentle splendor of the romance scenes contrasts really effectively with the brutality later. Basically, Natural Vice is about a bad guy and another bad guy, and really bad things happen to them because they're bad, until they have a big, gross, masculine, violent duel over the girl. It's edgy, it's spunky, it's shameless, and I love the simplistic tragedy of it all. A scummy guy finally gets something wholesome, and it's ripped away from him through the consequences of his drug empire. It's not all great, I won't lie. There are some grade A, adorably awful philosophical monologues in this film that remind me of Travis's encounter with death metal, and that was a parody. The tragedy is also softened by the fact that Haley and Adam both live. Would have been much punchier if Adam was the only survivor. But overall, I had a great time, and I regret nothing.